And welcome back. Indiana State, two big wins since we previously did the show. Knocked off Southern Illinois 59-56, and a tremendous game for Devontae Brown, the reigning Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Week.
Yeah, what a great honor for a great kid and a great competitor, and very deserving for the couple games that he got it. And he carried us, put us on his back a little bit in that. A game that was pretty ugly. You know, we're talking about winning ugly, and we certainly did that. First half, missing free throws, turning the basketball over. But watching the tape, the second half, we weren't too bad. You know, we battled. We did a lot of good things at both ends of the floor. And then we had playmakers make plays. You know, Devontae hits game winners. Justin hit a huge shot. Did just enough to do it at a very difficult place to win.
Yeah, and again, a hostile crowd down the stretch. Your guys were really poised and made plays.
You know, just watching that's what really pleased me. I'm always obviously pretty critical at the defensive end, but we moved the basketball. We got down, or they hit a basket to tie it, and we moved the ball. Nobody panicked. Nobody forced anything. And that's a guy, we got veterans out there, but a guy like Brenton Scott who tries to take stuff into his own hands sometime, but we just moved it until the right guy had the ball in his hands to make a play, and we made plays.
There are some games that are synonymous with players. I remember the Jay Tunnel game from Illinois State, the Michael Menzer game when he beat Indiana. I think this game will forever be the Devontae Brown game.
Oh, I hope it's one of them. I hope he has a bunch more of them. But you know, I made sure at the bench when where they hit a bucket to tie it up. Made sure I had 2 timeouts just in case. In those situations, you call a timeout with something, somebody changes defense and denies the inbound, you need another one. So I made sure I had 2. Looked down at the other way, looked at the official, looked at the time. Was going to look at Devontae to say, bring it over here to call a timeout. And Devontae looked at me, shook it, a quick shake of his head, and brushed me off. And I said, go ahead then. And big time gutsy play by him.
Well, and also shows the confidence that you have in him, and the players feed off that, knowing that the staff, not just you, has confidence in them.
Yeah, there's no question. I do, and I'll ride with Devontae Brown anytime. And we ask a lot of him at both ends of the floor, and what he's done to this point defensively, there's no one even, not a close second to defensive player of the year in the league. So those guys need confidence. They have confidence. They trust me. I trust them. And when you get good players, you let them make plays.
Another game, too, where defensively the effort at that end kept you in the game so that you had a chance to win it at the end.
Yeah, and we talk about it all the time. It's got to be a constant. It's got to be a constant. Sometimes you're going to turn it over. Sometimes you're going to miss shots. You can still go down to the other end and defend and make it hard on them. And you know what the thing is about it in this league? That's what everybody does. Everybody guards you. Everybody fights you. They make it tough. It's going to boil down to a turnover here or there, a hustle play there, a charge there, a loose ball here, and it's one play a game can hinge on, and it often does.
I'll tell you, as tough as it is, you guys have done a good job of being opportunistic in transition and finding a few points in each ball game that way.
I think you have to. You have to try to get your easy baskets as much as possible. We talk about being able to play at 2 speeds. When the opponent scores, you want to go down and move the ball and make them guard you a little bit. But when you get a turnover or a rebound, we want to push it all the time and play a little faster, and we've gradually got there. So our offense that really helps you. It really helps you. It loosens those guys up, and if you can get easy baskets or a foul in transition, those are just bonus points.
Indiana State, a big win over Southern Illinois, and those road wins are absolute gold.
We're +2. We've got one at Illinois State, got one at Southern Illinois, and if we could get a couple more of those and protect home court, we might stay around in this race.
Indiana State currently 5-0 in the Valley and tied with Wichita State, Northern Iowa third at 4-1, and it looks like it's going to be a great Valley race.
Oh, I knew that going into it. I'm just glad as of right now we're in the picture. We're being talked about. There's a lot of basketball to be played. Doing 5-0, I commend the guys for doing what they've done so far, but it really means nothing. You could lose the rest of them, and then they're talking about playing Thursday, in the Missouri Valley tournament. So we know better. We're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves. We're going to be locked in and ready to go to Drake.
Do you have any stock in a drug company that makes heart medications the way these conference games have been?
I know. I need to start popping some of those myself, but it's funny, and I was thinking grabbing coffee this morning. It just made me think when you asked that I had just some guy, I hadn't even seen him before. I know most people in town, but he was like, well, yeah, you guys won last night, didn't you? Well, when's the Wichita game? And that's really a lot of people. If they didn't come and see a team like Illinois State, I don't understand that. I mean, all these games are great games. It's not just Wichita because they're ranked. There's so many good teams coming in here, and any night, if we can just get more fans in there to come watch those games, a lot of them don't know what they're missing. It's not just Wichita in this league. Obviously, there's a lot of good teams.
3 of the last 4 home games have gone to overtime.
Yeah, you get your money's worth. You get bonus basketball. That's why on the bottom of our scouting report, we don't just say we play harder than they do for 40 minutes. We say we play harder than they do for 40-plus minutes, and the guys echo it after every scouting report.
Sycamore's a big win over Southern Illinois. We'll take time out, come back with more. This is the ISU Coaches Show.